so much for stopping by Apple's Art Studio, the Polymer Clay tutorial channel. On my channel, I try to show you everything I know about polymer clay and how to use it. So let's go and watch and see what I have in store for you today. Okay, I finished the jar. I put some butterflies on it. I didn't put any butterflies on the bottom. I just put them on the top two bands. And they have the mica powder on them. And I added some more roses, put mica powder on them and on the leaves on the bottom. So all of this is finished now except for putting the rhinestones in the roses. And we might put a rhinestone in the butterfly as well. So our lid's finished and it's ready for rhinestones. And I have chose this rhinestone to put in there. It's a multifaceted one that picks up all sorts of different colors. How am I going to put the rhinestones in the roses? Now this is still raw, it's not baked, remember. I'm going to use GemSticky. Let me see if I can focus in on that. It's a UV resin, or it's a UV holder to hold things into clay. That's a good way to put it. You can use it for a lot of things, and it really holds, and it takes no time at all. So I've got my big hole here in the top. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid clay in there. And I'm going to put this larger ball of raw clay in there. And that's too much, so let's half that. So I'm putting a much smaller ball of raw clay in there, and that's going to act as our bezel. Now I have a crystal katana to pick up stones with and to set them with, but Tiny Pandora's got a same thing that is a lot cheaper than the crystal katanas, and it works just as well. And I can't get this to pick this up. Let me clean off my end. It just has a rubber end on one end. And sometimes if you have too much stuff on it, or that just may be too big. Okay, I'm going to set my stone on there. And we'll center it up. I'm going to press it in a little. Just enough to give me where I'm going to set it. I'm going to take it out, and we'll take my little GemSticky brush, which you get with your GemSticky, and I'm going to put a little bit of GemSticky in that hole. And then I'm going to set my rhinestone on it. I will take the other end of my crystal katana, and I'm going to push that rhinestone right down in there. Now this goes under the UV light for about 2 or 3 minutes to set up, and then you can bake it. Now I think I've decided not to show each project as I bake it. I'm going to wait and bake them all and do a gallery of all these projects together after they're baked. These are some rhinestones with the pointed backs, like I just put in the top of that rose that you can get from Tiny Pandora. And they're all on sale right now, is my understanding. Here's a bunch of small ones we're going to add. I will take a few out and put them in the lid of my cup because it's easier to pick them up from there than it is in a full little container. And again, I'm going to take my GemSticky, put a little bit on my brush, and gob it in each hole. Of all of my roses. I got it in those and in these, and it doesn't take too much GemSticky to do anything. This is a really game-changing project, let me tell you. But my understanding is Teresa right now has all of her rhinestones on sale. She is clearing out her store to make room for these gorgeous vintage rhinestones and crystals and stuff she has. So you need to catch this stuff while it's on sale. These rhinestones are gorgeous. She has them in chains of rhinestones, individual sizes, shapes, colors, everything. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I have GemSticky in all my roses. And let me pick up my rhinestone. We'll set it in there. And we'll push it down in place. And these are the rhinestones that's just like the larger one I put in the lid. These pick up all different colors. May need to put more than one in that one. That was a larger rose and it has a larger hole in it, so we may put 2 or 3 in that one. Make sure I've got the point going down. Tiny Pandora has a lot of cool products. I was on her design team for many years, and there we go. We've got 3 in that one. And I've used all of her products, and she makes them for Polymer Clay, and she really cares. She cares about what she makes, and she cares about us as her customers, and she makes just wonderful Polymer Clay products for everything. And she and her daughter Elena has a Facebook Live show on Fridays, and that group is Crafting Live with Pandora and Elena, and you should become a member of that group. She gives us all sorts of ideas and stuff to do. You can do it along, or you can watch it and go back and watch the replay and do it, but the ideas are just fantastic. And to get some more rhinestones out. This one we'll put 3 in as well. And if you have one of those wax pencils, you can use that to pick up your rhinestones with. I've had one, but I don't know where it is. I started doing so much work with rhinestones and inclusions, I finally broke down and bought the crystal katana because it was a lot easier to use. Guess we're down to here now. And I'm going to put this whole jar underneath my UV lamp. I can prop it up and fit all of this under there at once. And get all these set in there. And GemSticky is bakeable in a regular oven. So that's not a problem. Push that bottom back up with my fingers working on this. I'll go push it back down. And when I was looking for a place to put my signature, I ended up putting it on the bottom again. This was concave enough to where I could fit it in there, and it's still, I put some liquid clay on there to hold it, and it's still below the edge, so it's not gonna mess up. And the lid on my jar. We're done. We're finished. So that is olives into a rose garden. Olives into roses. I hope you've enjoyed this one. This is unusual. This is my crazy what do I see in my canes and how am I going to use them. But as artists, we can do that. So we'll do something, I think, with this cane next. And I may show you how I warm it up. I haven't warmed this one up yet, so I may show you how I warm it up in that video so you know how to do yours and they won't crack. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Save your jars. You can make a lot of beautiful things with them. So until next time, blessings. Just a little short bonus here. I have this little ring dish, trinket dish that I got at the Dollar Tree. And it's a square, 5 inches by 5 inches. And I cut out a piece of my teal clay that I had on my jar. And I've cut out cane slices to fit onto this. I'm going to put that where I won't break it. So I want to add my cane slices. And I think I'm going to start with I will start with the center here. And these are cut super thin. I don't need anything to attach them to the base clay because it's raw clay to raw clay still. Okay, I've got a couple of things ready here, and I want to work on my roses really quickly. You saw how I did these on the bottle. So I'm just going to go in and make some indentions for my petals. And pull these up in here a little bit, just to give a little bit more dimension to the rose and the petals, and where it doesn't look like maybe it's molded as much. Need something right in here. Because I want to get the rhinestones in these, and put the GemSticky on and let them be curing while I work on the rest of this, because I need to get the sheet that I've done with the cane slices down on my trinket dish first, and then put my roses on, because you've got to make sure that your clay is stuck down nicely on your trinket dishes. So while that's going on, then we can get these in the UV light to cure with the GemSticky. And at least this gives you a chance to see what footage I lost on putting the roses and the leaves down on the bottle. I've been having internet problems, and evidently a lot of people has, not just here in Texas, but it seems like everybody I've talked to is going, geez, is it buffering on you, or are you having problems? And I have to say, yeah, I'm having problems. Okay, I just put my GemSticky in my hole. I've got the same little I have the same little rhinestones. I'm just going to pick them up and set them in the middle of my flowers. And I didn't do the largest rose mold on this one. I decided to do the next to the largest, which is this one, and then a little bit smaller one, and then these three. And as you can see, I've got 3 butterflies out ready to go. We can put some butterflies on these. I'm going to add 3 little rhinestones in the center of this one. Okay. Let me, that's all I need the GemSticky for. And this tile is just going in the UV light per minute. So it doesn't matter what else is on it. UV light's not going to cure the raw clay. So let's stick this in the UV light for a couple of minutes. And those will be ready. And all we have to do is add our mica powder and apply them to our sheet of clay. Now I took all of my squares and I put them out. I cut them to fit in different ways. And right here is the center, and that's where the roses are going. Now this end I didn't cut the cane slices in half. I left them whole. And this will be the bottom. Normally, if you're doing artwork, your bottom's normally a little bit wider than your top is. Slide that under there. Let's get our trinket dish. I'm not putting any liquid clay or anything on here because I want it to pop off when I'm done. And I want to make sure there's no air in here. No air bubbles whatsoever underneath this layer of clay. Okay, I want my roses to go right here in the center. And I want the pink on the top and the red coming down. And as you can see, I cut off the blue on these cane slices to make it fit, but it still goes into the blue here, so it looks like one big cane going all the way through the center there. Now actually my pieces should be set. They've been in there a couple of minutes. I've used liquid clay under the roses, even though this is raw clay to raw clay. I just want that extra security there to be able to hold everything on. I'm just going to spread that out over the center part of that where my roses are going to go, my leaves. Okay. And again, I'm going to go into the side of my big leaves particularly and give them a little bit more shape. And I want to make this real quick. I don't want to bore you with doing the same things over and over, but I thought, you know, we'd go on and do this one since I lost the footage on the other one. And I think I want to curl some of this up. And all I have to do is go underneath it and pull it up a little bit. My large rose right there. But I'm going to put underneath it some of these little bit smaller leaves. And I am going to take my ball tool and squish the clay down on the back ends of these leaves. It's going to be hiding underneath my things here, so that'll have a good connection. Let's put this one down, and I'm going to press it down a little bit. And then I think I'll put we put that one right there. And we'll put another little leaf coming out up here. Let's just pinch that one up. And then I'm going to put my little roses. I'm going to add a little bit of clay right there to connect those together. Liquid clay. think I need a leaf right down in there somewhere. I'll have to look at it. Oh yeah, that'll be okay. Let's put a leaf under here going out. And I don't think there's any liquid clay out here. Let me get a little bit of liquid clay. And let's put a leaf right down there. Now that looks better. Okay, again I'm going to put some mica powder on all of this, just rub over it. Just give it that little bit of highlight touch. And I know you all can hear that squawk. That is Ringo. He is my cockatoo. He's hilarious. And believe it or not, he is in the living room, 3 rooms away from me. But he knows I'm in here, and he wants me in there. So he's not going to shut up until I get done with this and get in there and play with him and talk to him. If you've never been around actual big parrots, they really want your attention. Okay, let's put a few butterflies on here. And I did my little one. And I did a little bit larger one. I'll make sure that's not an air bubble. And it is, so let's work it out now. If you push down on your clay and it moves, it's an air bubble. So you need to work it out. It's still in there. We'll just press it down and work it out towards the edge. And that air will come out the sides where it's opened up now. Put a butterfly up there, butterfly down there. And I will put my last one over here. And I'm going to put my signature, because I don't know if I will put legs on this yet or not. I'm going to poke a hole in there and let the air out, because it's not coming out right there, and I do not want that air bubble there. And I'm poking them back to where you can't see them. And I really don't want this to be a feature, but I really want to put my signature on my work. Okay, so now let's put a little bit of mica powder on the butterflies. This is ready to bake, and our jar is ready to bake, and this is what we have. Let me zoom in for you a little bit. There's our canes and our butterflies. Our roses are in there. And this will be a really pretty little rose garden trinket dish. And remember, here is the matching jar. So I hope you've enjoyed this one.